This is Nightline.
Tonight, emotional Prince Harry in court in his fight against the British tabloids.
It's so unusual to see members of the royal family become emotional publicly in such an unguarded way.
How he invoked his mother, Princess Diana, and wife Meghan. Will he see his father, King Charles, and brother, Prince William, while he's in London? Plus, outlawed? This dry January as people give up alcohol for things like hemp-based THC drinks.
Cali sober basically means that you don't drink alcohol anymore, but you do partake in things like cannabis.
Now a booming industry with some big celebrity backers.
And how about a hangover?
There is no hangover.
But could they go away forever if Congress doesn't act quickly?
I literally could not believe it. It suddenly ends up on a bill without any hearings.
And Queer Eye drama? The makeover show famous for its message of empathy and self-love.
Every one of us knows somebody that needs love, support, community.
Seemingly in the midst of a messy drama, why star Karamo Brown says he pulled out of press dates with his castmates.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, Prince Harry, back in London and back in court in his ongoing battle against the British tabloids. His wife Meghan not with him, but definitely top of mind in his testimony, accusing the tabloids of making her life a misery. Today in London, Prince Harry smiling and waving at reporters as he walked into court, taking the stand in his long legal battle against a British tabloid group. His wife Meghan, far away in the U.S., but still at the center of his testimony.
Meghan, I think, has definitely been a big inspiration for him bringing forward these legal battles.
The prince visibly emotional, telling the court about what he calls intrusive coverage and its toll on his family, saying it's a horrible experience, and the worst bit of it is, by standing up here, they continue to come after me and make my wife's life an absolute misery.
It's so unusual to see members of the royal family become emotional publicly in such an unguarded way, but also in the witness box. This is not something that we see. And Prince Harry has really decided to do things his own way in taking this stand.
This is Prince Harry's latest fight for privacy, coming on the heels of his headline-making departure from the British royal family. Harry and Meghan shocked the world when they quit as working royals in early 2020. In the years since, the couple giving a series of revealing interviews seen by many as damaging to the royal family.
And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
From a tell-all interview with Oprah.
What?
To Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, to their 6-part documentary on Netflix.
They were happy to lie to protect my brother. They were never willing to tell the truth to protect us.
In that same docuseries, Harry claiming Meghan's health was impacted by the stress of media coverage from the newspaper group he's now suing.
I believe my wife suffered a miscarriage because of what the Mail did.
Harry, just one of 7 high-profile figures that include Elton John and Elizabeth Hurley, accusing Associated newspapers of violating their privacy.
Associated newspapers, the publishers of the Mail and the Mail on Sunday, huge newspaper groups accused of wide-ranging unlawful news gathering, including hacking and other unlawful techniques.
Associated newspapers strongly denying the allegation, saying their information was legitimately gathered, writing, "The Duke of Sussex social circle was known to be a good source of leaks about what he's got up to in his private life." The current case is centered on articles written between 2001 and 2013, many focusing on his relationship with his then-girlfriend, Chelsea Davy. Prince Harry began his testimony by invoking his mother, Princess Diana, saying, "Her treatment at the hands of the press, I have always had an uneasy relationship with them. However, as a member of the institution, the policy was to never complain, never explain."
He also said that he had been conditioned to accept the never complain, never explain mantra that is so often attributed to the royal family. But then he decided to do things in his own way, and we've really seen that, come to fruition in the years since he stepped back as a working royal.
The case is a far cry from the happy images Meghan posted to her on Instagram just days ago, showing the couple dancing in a field in a video taken by their daughter, Lilibet. The Duchess recently finished her second season of her lifestyle show with Love Megan on Netflix.
Knock, knock. Oh my God. Hi.
So if you was treated like a king for the day, what would you want me to do for you?
And Harry also having fun on Instagram with late-night host Stephen Colbert back in December.
Beg. B-A-K. Beck. Bake. Oh, bake!
Back in London, as Prince Harry was in court, his father, King Charles, met with the president of Indonesia.
We have been working on the basis that Harry probably wouldn't see his family members on this trip back because he's very focused on this court case, it seems. As far as his relationship with William goes, there's no indication that that has thawed, really.
As for Harry and Meghan, they seem as in sync as ever.
What they've achieved since they stepped back is what they wanted, which was more control. Of course, what they can't control is coverage. You know, they can't control everything that is written about them and things that are said about them. And they're still a subject of huge interest and coverage all over the world.
And now a look ahead at tomorrow's show. The 2026 Oscar nominations, the shocks, the snubs, and up close with this year's host.
How much of the monologue will be written by ChatGPT this year?
Well, what I learned is that you save a lot of money when you use ChatGPT. But no, we don't use ChatGPT. We are going to use only human writers. I promise you that. Not good ones, but humans.
And when we come back, as dry January inspires many to take a break from alcohol, some are turning to hemp-based THC drinks. But could they soon be outlawed? After the break. Welcome back. Many Americans are opting for a dry January and taking a break from drinking. And as the country experiences its lowest alcohol intake in 90 years, sales of the THC-infused drinks are booming. But a recent move by Congress could make them potentially disappear forever. Inside the fight to keep them legal, here's Nightline's Ashin Singh.
Seth Rogen's got one. So does Gwyneth Paltrow. Even Snoop Dogg's in the game. And in the days of dry January, where a so-called California sober is all the rage, some people are turning to THC drinks instead of booze.
Dry January day 11 and it's Sunday. 2 sober weekends in a row.
Heli sober basically means that you don't drink alcohol anymore, but you do partake in things like cannabis.
I'm doing dry January and I'm like, do I need to participate in this trend?
For someone who's never felt a high before, what does that high feel like?
I'd say more of like a bubbly, tickly, uplifted feeling is the best way I could explain it.
Ditching alcohol, but still catching a buzz with drinks like Rogen's Houseplant Seltzer. And how about a hangover?
There is no hangover.
Last year, 54% of U.S. adults say they drank alcohol, the lowest reported number in 90 years. Meanwhile, there's been a 15-fold increase in cannabis use. But by dry January next year, all these hemp-based drinks and other products, including gummies, could be gone from the shelves forever.
Last year, in the bill that ended the government shutdown, some lawmakers tucked in a provision that if Congress doesn't act fast, those hemp drinks that so many people have come to love will become illegal.
These products were first made legal in a 2018 federal farm bill sponsored by Senator Mitch McConnell that legalized hemp altogether.
There is real irony here because Mitch McConnell created this framework and was trying to help Kentucky farmers who harvest hemp. And now he's trying to rein it in. But when you have entire supply chains that have been created, you have customers who are accustomed to these products, and you have a demand nationwide, it's really hard to rein that back in.
But that 2018 bill came without THC regulations, almost like legalizing beer with no alcohol content rules or where it could be sold, leaving it up to states to regulate themselves and creating a potentially dangerous landscape. Last year, in one South Carolina gas station, we found THC drinks right next to energy drinks. In a Texas gas station, we found cans with 5 times the amount of THC experts suggest lined up right next to regular seltzers.
There are states that have really good safety standards.
Democrat Senator Amy Klobuchar is now taking on the fight to help save this industry that's exploded in growth.
It's a critical business in our state.
Just want to get your quick reaction when you found out that the bill to end the longest shutdown in American history actually included a provision to federally ban hemp again.
I know. I literally could not believe it. Now, this had been kicked around some by Senator McConnell, but it suddenly ends up on a bill without any hearings.
In 2023, the hemp-derived beverage industry, estimated at $239 million, was expected to reach $4.1 billion by 2028, over a 1,600% increase.
And one of the problems is this has become so prevalent, and suddenly you're going to take it away from them, and then this underground market is going to develop, and there won't be any safety standards.
McConnell has consistently pointed to concerns over the inconsistent packaging of some of these products.
Young children are consuming these snacks thinking they're candy, not poison. On top of that, these products are easily accessible and can be purchased at convenience stores.
What do you say to proponents of the ban who say that this is about child safety?
You know, I would say then join us. Look at the Minnesota rules that ban the packaging gears to kids and make sure that you got to be 21 and put certification standards in place. Look at that instead of having nothing or an underground market.
What are you hearing from your constituents?
I mean, we have, you know, over 100 breweries that are serving this in some way, and liquor stores and the like, and they are very incensed about this because of the fact that they've been hit with this aluminum tariffs and other things. So you add to this final thing that came out of nowhere, and they're in shock, and they really want to fight this.
What can we do for you?
One of the hemp farmers fighting to keep the business alive is Jim Higdon. He's a co-founder of Cornbread Hemp, one of the biggest producers of THC products in Kentucky.
It's tough conversations that we've had to have with staff. It's tough telling them that, we don't know the answer.
Cornbread creates their products from the hemp grown on their 100-acre farm in the Bluegrass State. The family-run company employs over 100 people and says they made $47.5 million in sales in 2025. As McConnell's constituents, Cornbread has had an audience with the senator. In 2019, McConnell worked with Higdon, writing a letter to the FDA, pushing for more regulation in the then brand new industry.
We're very grateful for Senator McConnell and his leadership in the 2018 Farm Bill. The challenge arose with the popularity of hemp beverages and the fact that the bourbon manufacturing industry is so important in Kentucky.
You're saying the bourbon industry is in Senator McConnell's ear.
The Distilled Spirits Council issued a press release applauding McConnell's ban on hemp products. So they are in concert with one another.
Senator McConnell's office pointing ABC News to McConnell's press release last fall announcing the ban, which says in part, the measure locks in the original intent of the 2018 Farm Bill, which sought to create an agricultural hemp industry, not open the door to the sale of unregulated, intoxicating, hemp-derived substances with no safety framework.
You've actually said in the past that you agree with Senator McConnell that you are pro-regulation.
100%.
What would that look like for you, done sensibly?
At the federal level, age gating, 21 and over across the board, right? Easy to do. Consistency in packaging and labeling, and mandates on third-party testing so that consumers and regulators understand that the product in the container is what it says it is.
The fight to keep hemp legal, surprisingly, is finding advocates on both sides of the aisle. Just last week, Senator Klobuchar introducing a bill that would delay the hemp ban, working closely with Democratic Senator Jeff Merkley of Oregon and Kentucky's other Republican senator, Rand Paul.
Have always believed that, you have to find common ground, and you can stand your ground when you need to, but courage sometimes is not just standing by yourself. It's if you're willing to stand next to someone you don't always agree with.
While the legislative branch is duking it out, the president in the meantime signing an executive order to loosen restrictions on marijuana, which has more THC than hemp.
Today I'm pleased to announce that I will be signing an executive order to reschedule marijuana.
Does it feel like there's a dichotomy here, like there's two parallel trains going in opposite directions?
You're right. It doesn't make any sense that on one side with cannabis you're going one direction, and then the other side you've just decided to take what is a lot of a crop that's grown in the Midwest. Just say, no, we're not doing that.
So that executive order that was signed by President Donald Trump, It did not legalize marijuana or hemp outright. It signals an openness to, think about legality later on down the road.
Higdon and his allies have 10 months left before this ban goes into effect, and he says he's not letting up on the pressure.
Do you feel the tide is turning? Are lawmakers listening?
Lawmakers are certainly listening. Members of Congress need to hear from their constituents and from the businesses in their districts so that we get as many co-sponsors onto this bill. That's what's going to turn the tide. The tide's not going to turn by itself.
It is extremely difficult to create a regulatory framework, especially in this current divided Congress. It can take years. It is a very ambitious task to try and get this done with limited time before the ban goes into effect.
Our thanks to Ashin. When we come back, Queer Eye drama. Why one cast member says he skipped press appearances with his co-stars. And finally tonight, drama in the house of Queer Eye. Co-star Karamo Brown opting out of TV morning show appearances with his Queer Eye castmates. Brown, whose role on the show typically focuses on mental health and wellness, now taking a stance for his own mental health. Brown telling NBC he felt mentally and emotionally abused for years, and he has been advised by his therapist to protect himself and his peace by not attending. He did not specify who caused him to feel this way. Brown also explaining himself in this video statement to NBC.
I'm modeling what I believe is most important, which I want to remind you all, love yourselves and protect yourselves.
And that's Nightline for this evening. Catch all of our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.